As I said, we had our Feast of Theophany this week, and today we celebrate the Theophany of Transfiguration. Thank you. And then the celebration of Matthias, who, as we know, fulfilled the scripture according to the life of Judas, that he completed his task, and he was elected by the casting of lots, which I think was an early version of rock, paper, scissors. I'm not quite sure of that. Something similar to that. And how he was found to be worthy to be an apostle. So thanks be to God for Holy Apostle Matthias. And Transfiguration is also considered to be a theophany because it is a manifestation of God as well. The Father spoke and confirmed that Jesus Christ was his Son. I couldn't help to hear our new choir member today. She has a beautiful voice. Another couple of years we'll have her in there. And as I was doing some studying and some reading this week, I came upon this writing by St. Athanasius of Sinai. I'd like to share that with you. Upon Mount Tabor, Jesus revealed to his disciples a heavenly mystery. While living among them, he had spoken of the kingdom, and he had spoken of his second coming in glory. But to banish from their hearts any possible doubt concerning the kingdom, and to confirm their faith in what lay in the future by its prefiguration in the present, he gave them on Mount Tabor a wonderful vision of his glory, a foreshadowing of the kingdom of heaven. It was, as he said to them, as time goes by, you may be in danger of losing your faith. To save you from this, I tell you now that some standing here listening to me will not taste death until they have seen the Son of Man coming in the glory of his Father. And moreover, in order to assure us that Christ could command such power when he wished, the evangelist continues. 6 days later, Jesus took with him Peter, James, and John and led them up a high mountain where they were alone. And there before their eyes he was transfigured. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as light. And then the disciples saw Moses and Elijah, and they were talking to Jesus. These are the divine wonders that we celebrate today. This is the saving revelation given us upon the mountain. This is the festival of Christ that has drawn us here. Let us listen then to the sacred voice of God, so compellingly calling us from on high, from the summit of the mountain, so that the Lord's chosen disciples, we may penetrate the deep meaning of these holy mysteries, so far beyond our captivity to express. Jesus goes before us to show us the way, both up on the mountain and into heaven, and I speak boldly, it is for us now to follow him with all of our speed, yearning for the heavenly vision that will give us a share in his radiance, renew our spiritual nature, and transform us into his own likeness, making us forever sharers in his Godhead and raising us to heights as yet undreamed of. Let us run with confidence and joy to enter into the cloud like Moses and Elijah, or like James and John. Let us be caught up like Peter to behold the divine vision and to be transfigured by that glorious transfiguration. Let us retire from the world, stand aloft from the earth, rise above the body, detach ourselves from creatures, and turn to the Creator, to whom Peter in ecstasy, exclaim, "Lord, it is good for us to be here." It is indeed good for us to be here, as you have said, Peter. It is good to be with Jesus and to remain here forever. What greater happiness or higher honor could we have than to be with God, to be made like Him, and to live in His light? Therefore, since each of us possesses God in our hearts and is being transformed into the divine image, we also should cry out with joy. It is good for us to be here, here where all things shine with divine radiance, where there is joy and gladness and exultation, where there is nothing in our hearts but peace, serenity, and stillness, where God is seen. For here in our hearts, Christ takes up His abode together with the Father, saying as He enters, "Today salvation has come to this house." With Christ our hearts receive all the wealth of His eternal blessings. And there where they are stored up for us in Him, we see reflected, as in a mirror, both the first fruits and the whole of the world to come. Glory to Thee, Christ our God. Glory to Thee.